All right, here's some random article from the Business Insider that talks about like personality traits of billionaires.
All right, how did you find this article?
I don't know. People are looking for like, all right, what's the right type?
Yeah.
If I could be the right type or go to the right school or get the right
To
thing.
an extreme.
Yeah, like
extroverted pressure versus introverted pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, some personality science study on billionaires, and it's like, just my interpretation, I don't know if it's so much about you got to be born the right type.
Okay.
Or the right kind of person or the right thing or right kind of external lottery or whatever.
Yeah.
It seems to be more a bunch of character traits.
Okay, good. Well,
Right?
that's good. Then everybody is free to also become a billionaire.
Seems kind of like that.
Okay, good.
So with that in mind, let's just kind of skim through the article here. Billionaires' success boils down to a set of 3 personality traits, possibly character traits,
Did some NI write
that
this?
aren't directly tied to intelligence, a new report says. So this is screenshots from the article. So, your first idea of billionaires is you got to be evil, rich, white guy, NTP. That helps.
Yeah, they're both NTPs.
Yeah, that'll give you a good deck of cards to get
NTP,
started with. So if
yeah.
you didn't get that, sorry, but there still might be something in store for you.
Okay.
Intelligence isn't what makes billionaires successful. A new report by investment bank USB and Priceless Waterhouse Copper Cab found it is billionaires' appetite for smart risk-taking, business focus, and determination that help build them and sustain their wealth.
Oh, okay.
Appetite for smart risk-taking, business focus, and determination. These aren't like in our line of work. This isn't like function related
Yeah.
or type related.
Sure.
It seems to be more of character traits, something that you are building over time.
Especially determination.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
The ability to make it through shit. Like,
Right.
that's all that is. And that is absolutely not function related.
Right.
It's just, can you continue in the pressure when the heat gets turned on? Can you do it?
Right,
Most
right.
people can't. So
Because like you get, say these guys are smart NTP, say they have high intelligence, they're a great type, and they're set for business, great.
Yeah.
But then you have people like Richard Branson or whatever.
Yeah.
Who seems to be like a
FE.
FE, ENFJ.
Either FESE or
Probably
FE.
FESE, super extroverted,
Yeah,
ADD.
yeah.
Not the smartest guy in town, like IQ wise.
Sure.
But has these kind of traits. is what I'm
Absolutely.
saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
The report discussed the trifecta of traits is found added up to their success. They know how to take smart risks.
Okay.
They are obsessively
That's
focused.
the second time they've said that.
Obsessively focused on their business, which follows them to see opportunities others have missed.
Oh, whoa.
And they think longer term than the less wealthy CEOs
Okay.
and poor people. So they're looking at something that other people aren't looking at. A review of the personality tests of 43 people with a net worth above 11 million by the German research Rainer Zillman found that ultra wealthy entrepreneurs tend to have high tolerances for frustration.
Yeah, okay.
And tend to be more detail-oriented than the general population. You can say that the rich people are less neurotic. So now this is big 5.
And less agreeable?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like when they want something done.
They're pushy,
Yeah.
but they're not going to be a dramatic idiot about
Right.
it. Okay, sure.
But have a high degree of conscientiousness, which is kind of like organized. Kind of
it?
like
Okay, that's the
discipline.
one. Okay.
Yeah. Are more open to new experience and are more extroverted than the population as a whole. Right.
Wait, so they have both introverted and extroverted working for them.
I know. So it's a little confusing, right?
But I will say, like, this one, the less neurotic / as well as less agreeable, like, that one makes sense.
Right.
Because in order to push against reality, you have to be aggressive as well as able to take the hits from reality. Because so many people go up against any kind of negativity that business or whatever, like just the tides, the weather, whatever the weather brings your way. If you can't manage all kinds of, snowstorms, avalanches that come in business, you're not going to make it. Like that
Right.
just seems like kind of default. And if you've made it that long, all the way to billions, yeah, you'd have to have the ability to manage weather.
Right.
All kinds of.
There was a little video down at the end of the article
Okay.
that really kind of summed it up pretty well
Cool.
from a billionaire himself. Let me just scroll down here.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Do you remember this guy?
Yes, I think I'm going to do him for a class coming up. He's Paul Mitchell. He did the, he's known for his like hair products and stuff like that.
Well, that's why I would not know of him.
Yeah, he was like literally living out of his car and then worked his way all the way up. So
Okay.
a legit homemade billionaire.
Right. So
yeah.
so watch what he's saying about the story. When he was younger, he worked at some laundromat or something, and how he would clean behind the thing or whatever, where he had the character traits.
Yeah, right.
Of I'm going to
Yes.
do the right thing when no one's looking. This kind of like Bible Jesus kind of
Yes.
character trait stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's what they're kind of
Okay,
catching on
really
to here.
cool.
The big difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is successful people do all the things unsuccessful people don't want to do. When I was 16 years old, I was working for Stewart's Cleaners in a little village called Atwater in Los Angeles. I made $1.25 an hour, and I was happy. I'm the guy that put the drapes on the hanger in the cleaners, the little sleeve for the pants, swept the floors, everything else. One day, Stewart came up to me, and Stewart was a tightwad. He was so tight, that guy squeaked when he walked, right? And said, Johnny, I want to talk to you. So I said, oh no, I really like this job. I'm making $1.25 an hour. What did I do? He says, yesterday I worked late. I went up to the little mezzanine and laid in my cot and noticed under the cot there was no dust. I looked behind the cabinets, there was no dust. You moved them and cleaned up. He says, I've never ever imagined somebody would work that well when nobody is watching them. I'm going to give you a 25-cent raise to $1.50 an hour. Oh my gosh, I went up in heaven. I was the happiest guy in the world. Success isn't how much money you have. Success is not what your position is. Success is how well do you do what you do when nobody else is looking.
Gosh.
That's success.
And that is going after the introverted struggle. Like, I want to become somebody that is congruent. I want to be the same person if you're watching me or when you're not watching me. And that kind of consistent behavior is like, you're the one creating your standards. Therefore, you're the one that's moving up against the outside world. If you're only playing the extroverted game, then you're going to be taking the standards from the people around you. Therefore, you will always be below them. You will always be below the people around you. If they're looking at you, you're doing good. If they're not looking, you're okay. You know, don't look in my closet. Don't look under my bed. Don't look in my bedroom. Like, that's an extroverted game. But if you're the one setting your own standards and you're the one putting pressure on yourself and becoming somebody that is congruent, consistently pushing against darkness, pushing against negativity, pushing against things that are hard, then you're the one that will continuously rise above and go farther. No wonder he's a billionaire, because he kept on with those kinds of standards. The game that we have been playing of typing people, getting their types, is just to say, this is the particular card that you have. That's it. But every single person, despite the parts that you have, can put pressure on self, can grow, can become somebody of character. It doesn't matter what type you are. And of course, your particular flavor will be going towards this arena in life, will put more pressure on you and therefore build more character for you. But every single person has to manage all of the human needs. You have to take all of the categories into consideration. You have to be good at all of them and put pressure on all of them in order to get anywhere in life. Think about what's the math? What's the sensor? It's like you only use 3% of your brain or some bullshit like that. Who knows?
Sounds
Anyways,
like 80s science there.
The point is, you don't use your whole brain. There, I'll use that.
And why does the percentage go lower every time you tell the story?
No,
I think they said 10%. You're now down to 3.
Great. Let's say 15.
As your hope in humanity is declining.